Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. Happy Wednesday to everybody, man. How's everybody doing? Man, I hope everybody is having a blessed Wednesday. Listen, we got a couple things we got to talk about. You guys know we got a big time game coming up. I wasn't able to come to you guys this morning. So I said, look, let me come to you guys after I get off work. But how's everybody doing, man? Happy Wednesday to everybody. Look, man, we got a couple of news and note items that we got to talk about, that we got to address. But first of all, man, I want to talk about you guys see this actual title here, Lincoln Riley, expectations, man, over reality. Did we place too big of expectations for Lincoln Riley over the reality of the situation? And I want to talk about that. I'm gonna wait for a couple of people to come in, man. But how's everybody doing? This is a happy Wednesday. I'm lost in the work sauce. You guys know I usually try to put a video out in the mornings, but I was unable to do it this morning. But I said, look, when I get off, I'm here. And so is Lincoln Riley, is the expectations higher? And are we giving him a fair opportunity when you're talking about other coaches? And when I'm gonna wait for a couple of other people to come in, because other coaches, you guys already know, many coaches, man. Whether it's Steve Sarkisian, whether it's Jimbo Fisher, all kinds of coaches had more grace given to them than I think some are giving Lincoln Riley. And I want to talk about that. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, man. You guys can come on in and we could talk about it. But you guys just have to hit no on the camera, and you guys can come on in. But is Lincoln Riley, man, do we give him enough grace, as other coaches are giving? And when you look at it, and I had a couple of stats here that I wanted to talk about as it relates to that. I'm gonna wait for more people to come in. We got about 66 that just came on. But when you look at Steve Sarkisian, when you look at Jimbo Fisher and the grace that they were given, Sarkisian, yes, he did. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We'll talk about some of that, man, because, is Lincoln Riley being stubborn? I mean, I just don't, when you look at that aspect of it, we're going to talk about some of that. But you guys, those who want to come in and join, and we'll talk about this. You know what? I really, HB picker stuff, I do not understand it. I really don't. Not only is Quinn Ewers, Steve Sarkisian using Quinn Ewers and Manning, but I've seen a Penn State coach do it as well. I've seen other coaches. You guys know I talked about Maryland. Maryland is doing it as well. So I don't understand it, but we're gonna roll with the punches. We'll see what's happening. But I do have some news and note items as it relates to this week's game before I get into some of this comparison, because I'm hearing that there are going to be starters that are going to be out, major starters that are going to be out for this week. And I'm talking about, you see how many fingers I got up here? This is how many fingers I got up here. You guys are hearing it from me. I heard this. This is the number of starters on defense that I heard is going to be out. And so I hate to hear it. Excuse me. I hate to hear it. It's one of those situations, man, where it's like it's a snowball effect. We already dealing with a bunch of injuries and a bunch of things already. And, man, Lord knows we don't need any more. But, hey, it is what it is. But when you look at this thing, let me greet some of these people real quick as you guys come in. Robert, how you doing, my man? Joe, how are you doing, my man? OGD, how you doing, my man? Tony, how you doing? Insanity is doing it. It's absolutely doing the same thing over again. And we're going to talk about that. Justin, expectations at USC is not – well, hold on. But this is what I want to talk about, man. Expectations versus reality. And what I mean by reality is does USC actually have all the pieces that they need? And when you're talking about the reality of it, how many years does Steve Sarkisian get compared to Lincoln Riley? Is this Steve Sarkisian's fifth year? I think it's his fourth or fifth year, right? But through the first three seasons, both coaches, Steve Sarkisian and Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M in Texas, 25 and 14 is Steve Sarkisian. Jimbo Fisher, 26 and 10. To me, that's saying a whole lot. Lincoln Riley right now is 22 and 10, I believe. And so you're not talking about that much of a big difference when you're talking about Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley is really kind of almost right there. To me, it really puts everything in perspective when you're talking about Lincoln Riley. That's why I said expectations versus reality. I think it's important, and I'm not saying that we don't have expectations at USC, but what I am saying is I think it's important to maybe give him the same grace as other top coaches are given. When you look at Pete Carroll, of course, he went 6-6 his first year. Lincoln Riley went 11-2 his first year. I just think it's very important to maybe give Lincoln Riley a little bit of grace, man. You guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. I'm going to finish greeting some of these people. I hope USC can get a win. I hope so too, man, but it's looking rough when you talk about defense. He's getting paid off. I don't know, man. I really don't know about that. He didn't. Hey, I don't know. I don't know if he's getting paid off. He's Elijah quit coaching to lose and just open up the office because he got the defense to help him. One of the reasons why you get a pass because he has key injuries, though. Yeah. Let's see. I don't think he's a good fit for USC. I'm not sure, but what I will say is this: I think that he should be given another year. You guys can hit me and tell me that, and tell me what you think. I'm going to put this link in the chat, man. Those who want to tap in, and you guys can tell me what you think. And I'm gonna finish reading off some of these real quick. And I want to go over a couple of things real quick. The link is in the chat for those who want to come in. Sarkisian, yeah, he did. Before he came over, I knew he wasn't a good fit long term because any focuses on pass and not the. No, he was actually, my man, he was actually 50% running opposed to now, which is like 39%. He actually ran more with Samaje P. Ryan, Joe Mixon, all those good running backs. He was actually had a better run percentage. It was 50%. With our talent pool this year in and year out, this is unacceptable. It definitely isn't USC football. I agree. I totally agree. Use my Alva. We could have one. Man, you guys already know how I feel about that. I totally agree with that. One on the 4th and 1. Absolutely. I'm here, bro. Let's go. Fight on. Hey, fight on, fight on, fight on. Look, man, you guys come in, tap in. Let them phone calls ring. He made his bid with his decisions, his ego. Well, that's a whole nother story. We could talk about the ego, and I agree, man. I'm not sure what to think about that. Lincoln Riley is too stubborn. No run, no fun. Absolutely. I still think he will use Maava. And that's the thing. I think he has to use Maava. Now, let me tell you guys this. The 50% that he ran, I think it's important to consider that part of that was guys like Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts, all those guys actually running the ball. Those guys ran the ball, making up some of that 50%. But that's where the Miller Moss comes in. And I said if Miller Moss could at least just take off a little bit, he'll be all right. Just take off through some of those lanes. I saw somebody posted something, but I saw Miller Moss actually step in the pocket, had a nice throw the other day. But I think he could do the same thing, step up in the pocket, and if the throw is not there, I think he can run up. But, he doesn't have to be the fastest guy. Like I said, that guy from Penn State is not that fast. Let me take some of these calls real quick. Hamilton, Kawan Hamilton, it says your device is not connected. Come back in and then try to do it again. It says not connected. It won't let me add you in. Go out and come right back in if you can. I see you in here, but it says yeah, come right back in. The link is in the chat for those who want to come in. But I think if Miller just takes that lane, that open lane, he'll be straight. Hopefully. But I do think J.D. Mayava, I've seen the 2 quarterback system all year long, Rand, and there are a lot of people that could do it, man. So you got okay, there we go. All right, I got you this time, big dog. What's up with you, big dog? Can you hear me? KW, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
What's good, fam?
Look,
You there?
yeah, I'm here. I got you.
Talk to me. What you think?
Look, a lot of people are losing their mind over like stuff they shouldn't be losing their mind over.
Right,
You
right,
get here, you get to a program, you're in your third year. USC fans, I would say USC fanatics don't have the patience or will not accept the patience and expect USC to win every year, similar to Laker fans. But
right,
sometimes it's going to take you a little bit of time. Lincoln is stubborn, and he's stubborn in his ways, which has kind of hurt the program. But that's part of his growth as a coach because he's so young.
right.
So I think it's also one of those things where I love Miller Moss as much as you do. He's throwing costly interceptions that are killing us,
I
that's
agree.
the
I
difference.
agree. And I don't think, if people think, and like I said, man, I had a Miller Mall shirt. And hey, I see you now, Hamilton. Give me 1 second. I see you on there. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get this one off. I totally agree with you. And people think we were bashing. No, we were just kind of giving you the analysis and the commentary as to
Hmm.
what exactly was taking place. And yeah, they were costly interceptions. Now, like I said, I seen Miller Moss throw some incredible throws this year, but at the same time, for whatever reason, those interceptions are just coming at costly times, man.
Right. It's when you throw it. It's when you throw the interception, not if you throw the interception. You know what I mean? So like those momentum swings are like gut punches to a team that to be honest with you, they're not killers. I mean, let's just have a real conversation. They're not killers. You know, when you're a killer, you know how to finish. You know how to get the job done. They're not killers, and I'm including the coach. I'm saying that they're not killers. So when you're not a killer, you're trying to find a way to lose the game. You understand what I'm saying? Like you're trying to find a way. Like I don't
Yeah,
know if I can do it. Killers don't think like that. Killers think like I'm putting my foot on your neck and it's over. You know what I mean? And that's the
yeah,
difference. And that's a process that you can't teach it. You either got it or you don't, or it takes you a while to learn it. And when you watch that team, that's what they do. You can't go up 14 and then give up 14. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
That means you're not a killer.
But
So
here's the thing. Okay. When the coaches put you in position and trust you, and I want to ask you your thoughts on this, and
okay.
trust you with the ball in your hands, and you don't execute it, at that point, it's out of the coach's hands, though. Would you think so?
I agree with that. They can put you in position all you want to. That's why I'm including the players. I'm saying the players. I'm saying if you
Right,
can't finish, you're not a killer. You understand what I'm
right.
saying? Like that's just it's almost like that you play football. I play basketball. It's just like this. You can practice all you want to, those game-winning shots or that game-winning cut you run through the hole. But when
Yeah,
you get in the game, you find out who the men and the boys are. You know what I mean? You find out in those moments, and that's
yeah,
the difference. Like those crushing interceptions that Miller throws, those drops, those receivers, some of those receivers not coming back to the ball. The fact that Zachariah is not really a refined route runner yet. You know what I mean? That's the part of his game that's lax. And then Miller's not a runner. So when they run RPO, you're really taking the element of what Lincoln Riley's offense is out of the
yeah,
game because
yeah,
because the defense doesn't fear Miller running. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So those things are all the things that add up to what you when you have a young offensive line where he has to protect them. They probably should run more, but I think, as I said, Lincoln will go to what he goes to what he believes in. So to me, it's just a combination of all that stuff and the depth. The depth by losing all those people put you in these situations. So it's to be honest with you, it's a myriad of things. But I'm not going to get on the coach and say fire him and do all this other stuff. It's like how many coaches you can't keep recycling coaches. That's the thing
right,
that
right,
frustrates me
right,
when you're always recycling. And
right.
when you recycle all this time, you get no consistency. We have no consistency. You don't win. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it a
I
buck.
totally agree, and I feel like I feel like we're building something. Sometimes it takes a little bit. I'm not
Yes,
at that point to where I want to get rid of Lincoln Riley, man. I just feel, and I know some players love him. So I just think he has to get out of some of his ways, and he has to get out of his own way. But
I agree.
I'm gonna get this other call, man. But I definitely appreciate you, man. Don't make it your last time, please don't.
No, man. I'm gonna hit you back, man. I'm gonna hit you
All
back.
right,
We from the same place in LA, bro. I'm gonna hit you back.
all right, fam. Hey, fight
All
on,
right,
big
yo.
dog. Big dog, what's up, brother?
Going on with it, Jay? Hey
Man,
man,
talk to me.
I gotta disagree with the brother, man, because it's like this basketball is totally different from football, man. Like Kobe was
Hold on. Hold on one second. Hey, Christian, I'll be right to you. Let me take this other call real quick. Okay, fam.
Kobe was an assassin. Okay, the thing is with football, you call plays. The coach has to be an exact that's assassin. So if you sit and you have a running game that's killing it, right? Why are you gonna get away from that, man, in the second half, bro? It doesn't make any sense.
It don't make no sense. Yeah.
And I text her because I play football. It's like you play football. I played at Inglewood High School, bro. And the thing is this, man. If you have that mindset like Pete Carroll had, I used to see Pete Carroll go for it on 4th and 20. This dude's scared to go for it on 4th and 1. And that's why I put that text down there, man. Like, it seemed like something is not as fishy, bro. Because you wasn't doing this at University of Oklahoma.
But honestly, he really wasn't doing this his first year at USC. Like, it seemed like, I don't know, man. It seemed like to me, this year seemed different than all the years, man. I don't know what happened. This whole year seemed weird. I'm not sure exactly how to put my finger on it. It's just different. I don't know if he feels comfortable, like he doesn't have, and like I said, at Oklahoma, he had Baker Mayfield, he had Kyler Murray, all these other guys. So he was able to
man, put the dude in. You already know he got feet. I'm sorry, but Millen Moss got lead in his feet, man. He can't get out the way, bro. It doesn't make no sense, man. Me and my Uncle David argue about this all the time. You know what I'm saying?
So your uncle want Miller in and you want Mayav in?
My uncle wants Mayav in. And
okay.
We was like, okay, dude, you're acting like, your behavior is putrid as a coach, man. You wasn't doing this at University of Oklahoma. Dude made it to the playoffs, what, 3 or 4 times at Oklahoma?
And he looked like, them offense put up those offenses that he had. I remember when he was the coach at Oklahoma, and I used to be like, dang, I wish we could have a coach like that. You know what I mean? Right. But now we got him. I'm just like, it was like his first year with Caleb, though. You know what I mean? But
we got rid of Grinch. We got a defense, man, that can hold up. Now, if we can sit, man, get back into scoring like 35, 40 points a game again, right? It could, like you said, we need to start killing people in the third quarter, bro. It gotta happen. But you get away. Do
you remember how we used to go up on
there? Yeah, 21-6, bro. 21-6, man. And then all of a sudden they tie the game and win it. That just don't make no sense, bro. It doesn't.
Man, it's mind-boggling. I'm gonna be honest. I've never, like this year, I've never seen anything like this. I don't know if I ever seen, not just with USC. I don't think I ever seen a team in college football win up every game and don't win a game by like 1 point, 3 points. I ain't never seen nothing like this.
I mean, man, come on, man, Maryland, bro. You had Penn State on the ropes, man. You had the fourth ranked best team in the country on the ropes, bro. And all of a sudden, you start Miller throw an interception twice when it counted in games. You know what I mean? And you sitting up there, you're gonna let the clock run out in another game. Didn't call timeout, right? It just don't make no sense. It's not adding up to me, bro. He wasn't doing this in Oklahoma. You got 3 Heisman Trophy winners that you coach, bro. 3 of them, man. Hurt could have won it too. But I mean, come on, man. You not utilize what you got. Put in Jay Marvel, bro.
Hey, and I got to take this other call, but it almost looked like, and I know he didn't, but it almost looked like he forgot to coach. That's the way it looks. It's crazy. I don't know, but we'll see what happens, man.
Stay up, bro.
Hey, fight on, family. Fight on, man. I appreciate you, man. Christian, what's up, my brother?
What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight, man?
Man, I normally come to you guys in the morning. Hey, for those who are looking, I'm putting this link back in the chat. Those who want to come in, come on and tap in. Brian, come on in. But man, you see this title up here. You heard the brother that was here before, man. But and I agree with him to an extent. Lincoln Riley list looks totally different, but I'm giving him grace, and I'm gonna say why. And you can tell me if you agree. I'm gonna say why, and the reason why is that Coach Steve Sarkisian, and you look at all these other coaches, man, even Mario Cristobal, all these guys were given the benefit of the doubt, and I think we need to give them a little bit of grace. just given the fact that I know the recruits love him. I know, some of the players love him. But at the end of the day, yes, this is like the brother just said, this is USC. We want to see something a little bit different. We want to see better because, this is some of the decision making has been on his part. We could say that he has been, put Miller in some different situations. You know what I mean? So what's your thoughts overall?
Man, my thoughts is to calm down on the getting rid of Riley talk. I mean, let's look at it as fans. Of course, we want instant success. That's the day and age we live in, where nobody wants to work or work towards it. We want everything right now,
Right.
and that just doesn't work unless you Dan Lanning that inherits a great team, $1 million roster already, or
Right.
the guy at Ohio State. If you look what Riley was left with when he came in, it was nothing. He's a
Right.
prisoner of his own success. The first year we had that 11-1 season is because he flipped the whole roster in the portal. We haven't had a portal like that since. That's
Right.
why that first year was like that. But he was left with to work with. I mean, look at the offensive line situation. You see that we have, the senior Pregnon was a transfer. There's only one carryover, which is our center that was here when Riley got here. Like we don't have no true juniors, no true seniors. We have redshirt sophomore and freshmen, and everyone's saying change the line, change the line. What you gonna go to another freshman? That's because he was left with nothing. And so from building that first year, he flipped the whole roster with the portal, right? So now what they're getting into is actually trying to rebuild and get that depth, which is why we're on the recruiting. And to build through recruiting, through high school recruiting, that takes time. It takes a couple of 5-star classes to get it going.
Right.
He's only been here 3 years. And then when we look at Riley, I think we have to slow down on looking at what Riley did at Oklahoma compared to what he's doing at USC in the offense, because it's a totally different situation. For one, when he was at Oklahoma, he didn't play no schedule like this. He didn't play no top 4 defenses weekend. You see what I'm saying?
No, you making a great, like seriously, you making a great point, man. We open up with LSU. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
With Michigan was a top defense. Penn State's a top defense. Minnesota was a top 5 defense. He wasn't he wasn't facing this week in and week out in the Big 12. The Big 12 back then was only Oklahoma, Texas. Nobody else was any good. And then even with the run calling in the play game, if you look at it when he was with Oklahoma, he had a mobile quarterback, so that accounted for some of the runs. Not only that, because they were playing lesser defenses, they was able to get out to a big lead and then protect the lead by running the ball like that.
Right.
That's why he said in his press after the game, they said, why you think it's hard to close these games? He's like, for every reason, we're not able to stretch out on teams like we want to, right? He's used to Oklahoma going up 21, 28 points. Then he can run the ball because the other teams wasn't going to come back. Not only that, with the rule change, offenses is not going to get the same amount of possessions that they used to get. Now you have the running clock on incompletions all the way up to the last 2 minutes. So the game is going by faster and faster. So you're in the Big Ten and you're playing these running teams. They're bleeding the clock with the run. And then also now with the rule change where the clock is running after incompletions and out of bounds and all that, the game is going by so much faster. So you're going to get lesser and lesser offensive possessions, which means if you're not putting up points every time, it's going to be difficult to stay averaging up in the 40-some point range.
Man,
the game has been short. The game has been short.
I totally agree with you. And I actually brought those numbers up just the other day, all the way from 2017 to now. Lincoln Riley was at 50%, 2017, 50%, 2018, 50%, 2019, all running 50%. Then he dropped to 2022. You're talking about the offensive to passing ratio. 2022, he went to, I think, 21 went to 49%, and then 49%. 49%. Then 2022, he was at 49%. And then all of a sudden this year, it kind of dropped down. Last year was at 45, and then this year was at 39. So it dropped down. And like you said, I agree. I said it before you came on. Some of that was the quarterback, accounted for some of the offense. It is a big look. This college football, whether people realize that or not, whether people back in the day, Peyton Manning was the guy. Like he was the guy. You could sit there in the pocket, build on the offensive line, but the way everything is structured right now, you gotta have some mobility and gotta be able to. And as I stated, if Miller is in there, there's something. I saw Miller before you came on. I saw him step in the pocket, make a nice throw. Sometimes if that throw's not there, just go ahead and step up in that pocket and hold it and get the run. The throw for Woody Marks, that last play of the game, I don't know. I got to go back and look at it, but I'm just kind of giving an example. I don't know if it was room to run or not, but hey, look, that DB was right there in back of him, ready to make that hit. So, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, the last play to Willie Marks, I know because when I was watching it live, I was saying, give it to him, give it to him, give it to him. He gave it to him late. It was his last. He went through all his progression, and then he finally threw it. If he would have got it to him sooner, I seen Woody Marks go straight through, and I was like, give it to him, give it to him, give it to him. But by the time he seen it, he went through his progressions. He gave him to him. The defender just happened to hit him at the same time. And I know the last caller was saying that Riley don't have a killer instinct, and that 4th and 1, he should have went for it. And here's my thing. I honestly believe if we would have went for it on that 4th and 1, we still would be having the same conversation right now if we didn't get it, because everybody would have been saying, why not kick the field goal, right? They would have been looking at a reason. But I mean, if you look at it and where we was at, right? You know what I'm saying? We make that field goal, we go up 10 points. That the blocking on that play, that was a choice. So I can't be mad at the thought about that, because you want to go up 2 score. We go up 10, we put that game away. But here's one other thing that I had to think about. Yes, the first year with Caleb, and last year he would have went forward on 4th and 1. But and what's changed in Riley, which I think is kind of a good thing, and it's a homage to the defensive coordinator, is what's going on this year. What I see is that Riley trusts the defense more. And so Riley is saying, I don't have to score every possession. I have faith in the defense going to hold up and get us the ball back. In the first 2 years,
can you? And I want you to stay right there for a second, because I hear a lot of people talk about our defense, and we're gonna talk about our defense because I don't know those who heard. I got a source that told me we got 4 starters out, 4 starters that's getting ready to be out, and that's on the defensive side of the ball. The 4 starters that played last weekend is going to actually be out, and that's going to be. But before those guys were out, of course, when these guys were in, our defense, even last game, they were making a couple of stops, but people don't give a lot of credit to where credit is due. And what I mean by that, and Chris, I see you in the chat. Hold on for a minute. I'm gonna come get you right after this call. People don't give a lot of credit as to when the defense make constant stops, and these guys are going for it on 4th down. But when the offense comes on there, they don't have sustained drives, and the defense has to go right back on there. Can you talk about how that affects defenders? You play defense, right?
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you, our main thing in college and what we used to do. We'll make a big stop. Offense go out there, turn the ball over 3-0. As they come off the field, we yelling, we can't even get a rest.
Is that and see,
we can't even get a rest.
Football is a game about inches, and then the guys. I know what I see. I see the guys.
It's demoralizing because you just got a turnover or a 4th down stop. You go out the field and you go on right. It saps the energy. It saps the energy out because you're like, man. But at the same time as well, like I was saying on Saturday, I think the biggest problem with this team is we don't play complementary football. And what I mean by that is the defense come out the first 3 drives, make stops, get us the ball back. Offense does nothing. Offense get the ball on their 4th possession, they score a touchdown. Defense immediately get up a 70-yard touchdown drive. It's like we don't. All 3 phases of our team do not play well at the same time. While the defense is playing good, the offense is struggling. The offense get going, then the defense starts struggling. Special team just struggling the whole game. Yeah. So we don't complement each other in anything. And in order to be successful in football, you have to play complementary football. It's the only way.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, man. So I mean, what are your thoughts as far as how we looking this weekend? Because I mean, man, I,
Man,
I hear
our defense is so depleted, and
depleted ain't the word, bro. Like
to
now I will say this. I'm excited, because I believe guys like Braylon Conley, who you guys know, I'm very high on him. Marcellus Williams, I don't know if he's gonna make it in there or not. But we got other freshmen.
I hope I'm hoping to see. I hope Desmond Stevens ain't one that's hurt because I like that kid.
No,
I think he's the
no.
next big thing. I think he's the next big thing for us.
Yeah, yeah. He is the big thing. He's all that. That guy, he should have. I mean, well, Eric Gentry's in there, but that guy could have easily had him some packages for him, man, because it's straight up go time with him. But no, I'll just say this: secondary is depleted. I'll leave it at that, and you guys will see. But the secondary is completely depleted. You can expect to probably see all new guys.
Oh wow,
I'll just leave it at, yeah.
Man, and here's the other thing as well. Here's the other thing as well. I know I sent you the screenshot to Instagram. If you look at all the games we lost, right? We lost 4 games. All of them we had a lead late in the fourth quarter with depleted defense, a young offense. And there's always a blessing in the storm. And when I look at this, I'm saying our young defenders, because my fear for next year was while our offense is young this year, our defense was heavily, upperclassmen that we're gonna lose, and our defense will be young next year. But the blessing in the storm is that we're gonna have a team. I mean, because if you look at our starting wide receivers right now, they didn't play much last year. So it's really like their first year starting. It's Miller Moss first year starting. You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but now everybody's going to have experience going into next year.
So let me ask you, since you said that, because Miller could come back, and so what are your thoughts? I think if Miller comes back, I think Jerry Miles is gone.
I believe he's going to, and I believe Miller is coming back. I don't see Miller as how he loved USC. I don't think he's a one and done. And the way that this season is going, I think he feel like in year 2 of like if I was him, I'd be thinking I need to come back in year 2, being able to start another year, I can play better. I don't see him going into the league, but I definitely think that Jaden Miles is gonna move on unless something changes.
So let me ask you, who do you think has the better upside? Just keep it 100.
Man, you.
I mean, come on, bro. We got to talk about. Hey, no,
yeah,
we got to talk about this, man. We got to talk because
for this system,
yeah.
For not saying that Moss is garbage and Moss is sorry.
Let me make a statement so everybody that's watching this is clear. You guys know I said that Moss is going to be a good quarterback in a West Coast style offense. I think he's going to be an NFL style quarterback. And I think provided the right offense in this offensive line, you guys know, it hasn't been holding up. Now, I will say this. The past couple of weeks, they have been absolutely blocking for him. But I think there is a place for Miller Moss to thrive in the NFL. I believe that with the right offense and the right style, which is a West Coast offense. But with that being said,
Moss fits like a Iowa type of offense or a Utah.
Absolutely.
Or Utah. He would be perfect in the Utah system.
Right.
But as far as who I think got the upside and who I ain't gonna say I was rooting for, but who I thought was going to win the job, especially from the spring game performance and all that, is Jaden Miles. He's younger. He got the arm. You know what I'm saying? He got the off schedule. He can make the off schedule plays, and he can run the ball, which is what I was saying since week 1 when you had coach on, and I was like, we running this read pass option, the same thing you've been saying, and the defense end just crashing down, which makes it hard for us to run the ball when we want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I totally, man. You got time? You got a little bit of time?
Yep.
All right, hold tight for a minute. I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna take this call real quick while you're on. I don't want to keep them on too long, but I want you to finish. We want to finish up. Chris, how you doing, man? Chris, can you hear me?
You and CJ, what's going on?
Man, talk to me, my man. How you doing?
Man, I got one question, man. I'm doing pretty good. I just want to know why you didn't listen to your son. Come on, Dad. What's going on?
Oh, man.
What's going on? Why you didn't listen to me, Dad?
Wait,
Two years ago,
hey, hold on
Brian
for a second.
Philly was the better hire.
I'm about to hang you
Lincoln
up.
Riley.
Hey, hold on for a minute. Hey, you see my son gonna try to trick me, Christian, man. You see how he tried to do me, man. He's a LSU fan, and he tried. His mama from Louisiana, man. You know I'm South Central LA, man. I'm about to hang up on you, man. Why you try to? He try to call me for. I don't even know who this Chris
is. Every time we talk about the game, you hang up on me. You're not talking to me when y'all lose. I told you we lost the game against y'all. Y'all didn't
because y'all sorry. Because y'all sorry.
We're sorry.
Hey,
but we're
look.
number 8 in the nation right now. And right now y'all struggling to get into a bowl game.
Hey, I love you, man. I'm gonna holler at you later. That's my son, man. Peace. Be coming on here with that. Hey, you see how he tried to call me with his friend. I didn't recognize that name. If I would have saw his name, you know what I mean? But it's all good, man. That's wild. That's crazy. But anyway, man. Anyway, so man, I really do think that it's Miller. Here's the thing. I thought Miller started out outstanding, especially against LSU. He really did. And to me, I don't know what happened. He just looked a little different as the season went on. And I started noticing it around the Michigan game. So, I'm not sure. But let's move to this real quick. And I want to know your thoughts. Lincoln Riley. Go ahead.
Before you go there real fast, I can tell you what happened after the LSU game. And I can tell you what happened after the Utah State game once we got to Michigan. The footage was out there.
That's what yeah.
The tape was out there, and defensive coordinators and other people, they watch film just like we watch film. You know how much I watch film, and you can pick up on tendencies on when quarterbacks stare down, what reads that they want to go to, how they react to pressures, their tendencies, things. And so the tape is out there on how to defend Miller Moss. And Michigan watched the film, they put it on there, and now everyone else is just doing the same thing that Michigan is doing. Because what you're saying is, how did this team have success? First off, in order to do it, you got to say, okay, well, Michigan had a good front four. They can get pressure. Not every team gonna have that, but you still can simulate kind of the methodology or what they did to affect that quarterback or that position. And so what they're going to do now is they're saying, I don't believe outside of Lane and Deuce, no receiver is going to be able to just blow past us or beat us off the ball. So all the corners is doing is sitting up, getting real physical with us. They're going to drop in that 2 cover deep. They know Miller Moss loves to try to go in between the safety in the corner right there. And if you look at a lot of his picks and things like that, outside of the one he threw Saturday on the run, is trying to fit it in between their wraps. So the film is out there. This guy like to throw in tight coverage situation. He's looking for the back shoulder. He tends to stare down to let the receivers on. I mean, these are things that I see. So this is what they seeing on film, and that's what happened. The film is out there.
We could argue that the film was out there on Caleb. Arizona, you guys remember how Arizona, they looked like they absolutely had his number a little bit, but he was able to improvise. He was able to run. That's what made him a little different. Now, Notre Dame, the second year, they absolutely had Caleb's number. And you saw what Caleb did. He threw the 3 interceptions. And so, but this is, I think what makes it a little different with Miller Moss is I think he's pressing a little bit.
And he don't have the off schedule.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the off schedule things that just really the bootlegs, the running out, and I think that's what's making it so hard for him because I think he's pressing, and I know he doesn't. That's not his first instinct, so he sits there and he throws off his back foot, and then sometimes the ball sails on him. And so that's I think what we're seeing right now. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see him settle down a little bit. Lincoln Riley did. For those who don't know, Lincoln Riley did mention that Miller Moss is going to be the guy once again. But it's hard for me to believe. Like I said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. It's very hard for me to believe that Lincoln Riley is not going to somehow, some way, he got to do. I almost, that should be a question. The question of the day: does Lincoln Riley have to give Jaden Miles packages this game?
And here's the troubling thing about that situation to me is when he took out Spencer Rattler and put Caleb Williams in, they were undefeated and winning, right? They were undefeated when he did that. So I would think right now he would at least try something else in a losing season. If you did it during the winning season where you ain't lost the game yet. So that's why I thought at some point already we would have seen Jaden in or try, you know what I'm saying, try something different because I mean at this point you have nothing to lose. We even said it at the beginning of the season. It was like it's a tight race. They're 1A and 1B, but Moss will be on a short leash. I thought he would be on a short leash at least, but obviously he's not.
Yeah. So with that being said, do you think that Maeva has to have packages? Let me ask you, if Maeva doesn't have packages this game, well, I don't want to speak nothing into existence, but but if he doesn't have packages this game and things go different, how should we view Lincoln? Let me read this real quick. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Hugo. USCJ, what's up, fam? Keep doing your thing. You're plugged in, fam. Day one. Hey, you absolutely, man. I can honestly remember you were one of the ones that's been there. I think I might have had 100 subscribers, bro. And I remember we tapped in with each other. You hit me on Instagram. So fight on, big dog, and thank you. If this next recruiting class gets strong, what do you see coming? I think we're going to be straight, man. I think the next recruiting class will be strong. Half breed. Oh, no, that's okay. Yeah. So that question, do you think things could go south if no Maeva is in there and the opportunity is really not there?
Man, the only reason I don't know if it can go south is logically the only reason I can think that Jaden might, like, we can't see practice and we're not at practice. So my only question is if he's not playing, we know he got the physical tools and all that. Could it be that he don't know the playbook? Could it be that?
I dismiss. I heard somebody else say that, and here's my thing: why would you be the backup quarterback if you don't know the playbook? Jake Jensen knows the playbook. He came in there and ran a 4th and 1 against Louisville, right?
Right, a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah. So would you?
You can at least do that. You at least know that play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So would you be the backup? Would you be the backup only if you didn't know the playbook? It's hard for me to believe that.
Yeah. And it can't be he trying to save a red shirt because he's a red shirt sophomore. So he had already red shirted. So it can't be for a red shirt. But I don't know what Riley's reasoning for not. I don't know if he's saying I don't know if his game plan is to let Moss thug it out through this season for the experience to get it and learn it because he planned on having them back next year, or if he just don't have no faith in Jaden. But I can't believe that, or he wouldn't have took so long to name a starter and say how close the race was. And to me, in the spring game, Jaden outplayed Miller Moss.
And that's the thing. And if we just keep it real, some of the things that we actually see right now from Miller Moss, we actually saw in the spring game. Hey, my man, would you mind hitting your camera off when you come in? I'm asking everybody to hit him off, and I'll be right to you real quick. Franco Legs, you could just hit it off real quick. Yeah, I think some of the things that we saw him do, he actually he was doing it in the spring game, man.
Yeah, man, he was only there for like a week.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying Miller. Some of the plays we saw from Miller we actually see him playing like that in the spring game.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
and Jaden outplayed him in the spring game.
Yeah.
And he was only there, and Jaden was only there for like a week before he had just recently came.
Yeah.
And that's but man, it's crazy. I something is telling me we gonna see Jaden Friday at some point.
I think we have to.
I don't know if it's just like well wishes for every Trojan fan, and we gotta do something different. He gotta see it, he gotta try. But I just feel like we gonna see him at some point. I mean, and not like in a blowout, like in meaningful. Like we gonna see him at some point.
Yeah. Christian, hold tight for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Franco, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
Talk to me.
Pretty much what everybody's saying, I agree with to a certain extent. Reason why I said to a certain extent is because Riley is a coach. He's been to college for it. He understands the ins and outs of football. Like I was saying before on your IG, I think the man needs to go back to fundamentals on why he became a leading football coach and why he fell in love with the game in the first place. Because we got all the talent in the world. We got great defensive coaches. But at the end of the day, if he's not coaching to the standards that he was hired for,
right,
most jobs they cut a brother loose.
Right. Well. Here's the thing. I don't know when how early you heard, but did you hear the part where hey, I think you got some background in there. It sounds like
hold on real quick.
Okay.
There we go. It's
okay. No, you good. So the part where Jimbo Fisher, Steve Sarkisian, they were given a little grace, and I think 22 and let me pull it up real quick. The record was 25-14 for Jimbo Fisher. No, 26-10 for Jimbo Fisher after 3 years. 25-14 for Steve Sarkisian. You guys remember they called Steve Sarkisian 7-win Sark. Now Lincoln Riley's right at 22-10. So he's right almost on par for the same type of season that both of those guys had after 3 years. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So with that being said, does Lincoln Riley deserve a little bit of grace?
I mean, he deserved a little bit of grace last year, but he's been there now for 3 years, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's 3 years. This completes 3 years. So I'm saying after the 3-year completion, he's on par with Steve Sarkisian and Jimbo Fisher. Steve Sarkisian's having a lot of success right now. And I think this is maybe his 4th or 5th year. And so does Lincoln Riley, my question to you is, after year 3 completion, and these numbers pretty much, maybe we win a few more games, it'll be on par pretty much with the 25-14 that Steve Sarkisian currently had at the year 3. Lincoln Riley's pretty much going to almost have the same record, provided he wins a couple of more wins. I'm sure we'll get at least, I'm hoping we get at least 4 more wins. So it'll be pretty much the same after 3 years. What makes Steve, I guess I better put it like this. What makes Steve Sarkisian different from Lincoln Riley that he should get an opportunity to stay opposed to Lincoln Riley?
I have no idea. I mean, I would say like stats and game plays, mixing special teams to make something happen on offense because our defense is killing it.
I agree. Yeah, we definitely need to, man. But look, fam, anything else you had?
Nah, that's it.
Hey, look, man. Hey, well, don't make this. I'll be seeing you on Instagram anyway, but don't make this your last time, man. I definitely appreciate you for tapping in.
Jay.
Yeah.
For that brother go, let me just give him a little bit of encouraging words. I want you to, when you get a chance, brother, I want you to go back and look at even Nick Saban first year at his schools in Alabama in his first few years and see the results. And that's gonna have a little grace, man, because it's hard. You have to look at it like this. We went 11-1 the first year. That was all through the portal. It's no way you can build a program off the portal because you never know what you're going to get each year. And if you don't have a top portal class and you bringing in all them key positions and you're not winning recruiting and you're not developing players that you're getting through high school, you'll never have a sustainable program. And what the vision is, I can see it, and I'm trusting the process. If you look at the classes that we had last year and what we got coming in next year, which is a top 10 right now, number one for 2026, with more to come, they're building. And I can tell you that he's looking more at getting players ready and building players up and coaching them up within the program, for the simple fact we got offensive tackle struggling. Of course, we're all young. We don't have no juniors or seniors to bring in for them. They're all freshmen anyway. But he's like the only way we can do it, we have to start um, coaching them up and teaching our players and let them get experience. And so we have to give them some grace. And no team is going to be a top team. It's going to take a good 2 to 3 top 5 classes to get there. And that's what he's building. The portal is only supposed to be used for to bring in a player to fix that you can just pop in to fix a need, right? Not an entire team. And the team that he took over had a whole lot of holes in it. I mean, a lot of holes in it. And we started digging ourselves out of the Helton, not only the Helton period when we got the sanctions. That's really what started all this. But anyway, but what he took over from Helton was nothing. And so we got to give him at least another year or two to build, like to get his players in, especially the offensive linemen, because when he took over this team, like I said, there was no offensive lineman, right? There's only one carryover right now, and we didn't have any offensive linemen. If we did, we would have seniors on the team. We ain't been having people leave early off the offensive line going into the league. We they wasn't being recruited. We didn't have any. There was nothing on the shelf, which is why they've been trying to hit the portal so hard every year to get this offensive line and build it up to where it's supposed to be. But now they're taking the path. They're like, you know what? We're gonna recruit our players. We gonna coach them up. We gonna get them ready ourselves, because trying to do it in the portal, it's not working. It's not sustainable. You never know what you're gonna get, and people bow out at any time. So that's why they're hitting. They change their mentality away from the portal to let me hit this high school recruiting hard. And so we gotta give them time to let them build this thing.
No doubt, no doubt. Anything else you want to say, my man?
Only thing I could think of going along with that, what the brother was saying, is just like we need to cut them names off of the back of the jerseys or something to make them earn their spots. You know, like they used to do back in the day, 2-a-days and 3-a-days and everything until they get their stuff down pat.
Well, USC doesn't have names on the back of the jersey.
I know. I was just being.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah, you just speaking in general. No, I feel you, man. Yeah, and we see guys like Desmond. To your point, Desmond Stevens, guys like that seem like they ready to rock and roll. You gotta wonder why some of those guys, and that's to your point, why some of those guys haven't been in. But yeah, all right, my man. I'm gonna take this next call. I definitely appreciate you tapping in.
All right,
Fido. Jay, how you doing, man?
What's good, my man?
Are we gonna win this weekend or what?
Man, we got to win this weekend. Hey, last time I talked to you, we was at halftime, and we was up by I can't remember. We was up by a lot, and I said we needed to finish, and we couldn't do it, man. But it's all good. Dang. But no lie, what y'all was saying. I don't think, to be honest, I don't think they're gonna replace Moss right now. I want them to, but I don't think they are. Like even with the Rattler thing, with Rattler thing, it didn't happen to the fans was in the stadium saying we want Caleb. So
Yeah.
maybe we need to do that. And I don't know it in the Coliseum. We just say we want, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But
Man,
after that, after they did that, that's when he made the switch. Cause he had done once the stadium is under another player's name. I mean, hey, you can't really go back from that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They basically telling you, we want this guy. So, but you got guys who still believe in Moss, though. So, I don't know, man. They just ain't trying to pull the trigger.
if well, I like I said, I don't want to speak nothing in existence, but I hate to see a guy with as much upside as a guy like Jaden Mayava, and we never get to see him do anything in a Trojan uniform. That right there will be
You know what's gonna
catastrophic,
happen.
bro.
You know
What's
what's
that?
gonna happen. You ain't gonna say it, but you know what's gonna happen you know if it don't if he don't if it ain't if they don't do something and he got to see what's going on. Like yo, like you missing throw. Like you telling you don't give me an opportunity. We know what's gonna happen next. And then we
Yeah,
got Julian. Hopefully we got Julian coming in, man. Like he going to Colorado this week. You know what I'm saying? Different things that we just need to keep our recruits, man. We got to.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know. That's a whole nother story because if Miller stays and Jaden stays,
Right.
Julian, I don't know if he's
I don't know,
guaranteed. I
man.
don't know if he's guaranteed a starting role. I don't know. That whole situation could be very, very tricky.
Very.
Very tricky. So I don't even know how to. I don't even want to think about that.
Nah.
My thing is, I think that Jaden Mialva and Julian Lewis. Now I kind of got into it with somebody, but we kind of went back and forth. And Christian, you could tell me your thoughts, because when you talk about Julian Lewis, everybody, I said he's a pocket passer, but I said he's I guess you could consider him. I think he's mobile, but he's more of an improviser. And I know you got other guys that are more of a dual threat, like a Ryder Lyons, more of a dual threat. What category would you put a guy like Julian Lewis in? Either one of you guys can answer this. What category would you call him? A pure pocket quarterback? I don't think he's a pure pocket quarterback. What category?
I would put him in the mobile. I
As a
wouldn't put him in
dual,
dual. I wouldn't put him in dual, but I wouldn't
right,
put him in mobile. The
Yeah,
right.
difference
Mo,
between
he's not looking to run all the time. Like he's looking to escape and still pass. His eyes still upfield. So he's
So
not
so
he's
yeah. So because they say two categories: dual threat or pocket. There's another thing for Julian.
so
right.
here's the thing. Pocket there's an in between. In between pocket and dual is mobile, right? What
Right.
mobile means is you can roll out, you can take off and run, you can throw on the run. Dual is more of Lamar Jackson. You looking to
Yeah.
run.
Right.
Right.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
Julian to me falls into the mobile quarterback that he can
Yeah.
run his own. He can run his own read. Say he can get you 5 yards and get down, stretch the defense, break one every now and then. Said, but also he can throw on. Well, I know he can throw on the run because I've been watching his high school games and
Yeah.
I've seen him roll out and throw dimes. Julian.
I
I
saw him
hate to
too.
say
Yeah.
it. I hate to say it because he's going to visit there this weekend. Julian is a Shador
Oh, well,
Sanders type.
I knew he was about.
Man, we
Hey,
can't
I knew
don't
he was
do us
about.
like
You
that,
know what?
man.
I knew he was about to say that. For
Hate
some,
to say it, but
hey, when you
that's who he
say
plays like.
when
He
you
plays
say,
like Shador.
oh my God,
Oh
man, I'm on
man.
Twitter too, man, and he followed me. I don't want him seeing that. But hey, look, man, hey, but no, you're right. And so that's what what's crazy is, and I'm glad you brought that point up because there were a lot of people that said, hey, shout out Roy Benuelos. Thank you, man, for tapping in, my man. Good people, Michael Benuelos' father. But there were a lot of people. Do you remember this time last year? In fact, I made a video about Deion Sanders is kind of building like the way Lincoln Riley is. I did it almost darn near like a year and a half ago, but everybody was kind of clowning Deion Sanders. They were clowning, and I'm not trying to pump them up, but just they were clowning Shador Sanders. But his offensive line is not all that hot. It wasn't that hot last year. But and I thought about this today. The guys still make plays, throw for almost 4,000 yards. You guys' thoughts on that? I'm
He's
not going
mobile. He's
to. Yeah,
mobile.
yeah,
He's mobile enough to elude the press. He's mobile. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's mobile enough to elude the pressure. And anytime you can go off schedule, you put a defense in stress because you can't ask the cornerback and safeties and linebackers to stay in zone or man more
yeah,
than 5 1,000s, right? So now
yeah.
you're extending this play, and now it's all off schedule. It's hard to defend that. And if you look at him play, that's what he does a lot. The pressure come, he's mobile enough to elude the pressure. He's not looking to take off, but he will. He's looking to pass, and the receivers get separation because they have a longer time now, right? And the defenders can't defend that long. And so he's mobile enough to elude pressure, and it puts stress on the defense. And he can find the open person.
Right, right. Man,
Yeah, I
let
think
me. This is Jasper Smith. He says there's. when people say this, there's no evidence to suggest Maava will work out at UNLV. He was turnover prone. Bro, have you been watching this season? Have you been watching this season? Is all I want to know. I mean, Maava had 3,200 yards passing last year, 10 interceptions. The season, I'm not even, all right, I'm not even about to go there. Hey, Jay, anything you want to say? The season is not even
crazy,
over,
man.
bro. The season is not even over.
I ain't watching
And
it. I don't know.
yeah. And the turnovers is up there. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, right. But this is my last thing with for as Julian, like what guy was saying, Julian is like he always I've been watching him for about 2 years now. And I be calling him like he's like the Caleb 2.0 to me.
He
Like, you know what
is,
I'm saying?
man.
Like he like 2.0, like he's not looking to run. He doesn't like, but if he needs to, he will run. But he doesn't not he's trying to, like my guy said, mobile, buy some more time and throw it. And
Yeah,
that's what we missing from the offense. And that's what Lincoln Riley is used to. This is the first time I think in Lincoln Riley's head coaching career that he doesn't have a mobile quarterback. And
right.
people like to say, like Mayfield wasn't mobile. Mayfield would run. Mayfield
Man,
would definitely run. When he was at
show,
OU, he was
yeah,
running.
absolutely.
So
Hey, and people don't, can you talk about that? Because I tried telling people that. They said they compared him to Baker Mayfield. I even put up clips here. I did a video about it and actually showed Baker Mayfield will pull that ball so
he would
fast if he
pull
didn't
it,
see something was
man.
right. Yeah,
Right. He would pull it and run. That's how he won the Heisman. Because
yeah.
he was doing those different things, making those escape plays, mobile plays, and finding guys open. Caleb did the same thing. Kyler Murray did the same thing. Like everything wasn't. I don't. This is the first time Lincoln has had a quarterback starting that's like it's the first, and I don't think he knows. I don't think he got the playbook wide open how he
No,
would normally do.
he can't. Lincoln Riley runs a lot of. I put up some clip with Baker Mayfield. Lincoln Riley runs a lot of RPO. RPO stands for run pass
Right.
option. That
Right.
means that sometimes you're going to roll out, and when you roll out, that's going to neutralize the defense. And so sometimes that's going to leave that edge guy on there. Like, is he going to pass? Is he going to throw? Is he going to pass? Is he going to run? Is he going to throw? He don't know what you're going to do. But
Yeah.
that's not available right now.
Nah, it's not. It's not at all. When I went to the Penn State game, I'm watching the RPOs, right? The DNs, they not even concerned about Moss at all. They
No.
going straight to the running back. And it's like, bro, and it was times he could have pulled it. But it's like, man, you instead of just getting those 2 or 3 yards, you can pull it. If you're a little athletic, just pull it. You could get maybe 15, 20.
I think, hey, shout out to my cousin Chris Phillips, man. I see you,
Yo, what
fam.
up, Chris?
Hey, I think Miller could do it. He could do it, and you don't have to be the fastest. That quarterback for Penn State was not fast, but he was doing it.
Hey Jay, I think no lie, I don't know if you remember this, but Miller hasn't really been the same. Remember that run he had?
Wisconsin.
He bumped his head.
Yeah.
He has not been the same since then. I don't know if I don't know if he still is. I don't know if he's still cloudy or he's like, nah, I don't need to be running. I don't know. But since that game and he bumped his head, he just hasn't been on point.
Well,
I don't know.
to your point, I was telling somebody, a parent, we were having a conversation, and I said, they were telling me about some stuff that was going on, and I said, I saw Miller wobble, wobbling
He's
on the
definitely
sideline
wobbling.
and wobbling, getting up. But she was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. So I was like, what happened with that? Because he went in the tent. I'll never forget. And Jaden Maava start actually warming up. You remember that?
Right, I do.
And when he started warming up, I'm like, okay. But then Miller he popped up out of that tent.
It was quick, though. It was quick. He was in that tent quick. He was in there quick. I think we had just got a turnover. I think.
Yeah.
I think we had just got a turnover. But yeah, since he bumped his head, man, he just I don't want to say he still has a concussion. I don't want to say that, but he just hasn't been the same quarterback since that play.
Honestly, to me, I started seeing something different around the Michigan game.
Michigan game? Okay.
Yeah. It was just a little different. I don't know. Christian, what you think?
First off, we do know Miller is athletic enough to run the ball if he wanted to, because we seen against Wisconsin. He kept it.
Absolutely.
He kept it and ran 10, 15 yards for a touchdown.
Absolutely.
So it's most likely is that he don't want to, because he don't want to. He's been taking hits and beat up all year. But as far as him being concussed, or I I don't believe that. I believe more that the accumulation of the hits and things he's taking is making everything speed up in his head. Where sometimes he feel like he has to rush when he don't have to, when the rush is not there, just from what he's been going through all year with the offensive line play. But the last 2 weeks, I mean, since Penn State, the offensive line has played a lot better. I'm not going to say that he's concussed, but I think it's an accumulation of the abuse that he's taken all week, just making the clock in his head speed up.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And hopefully, let me get back to this comment right here. Hopefully, he says all praises to y'all. Says stop throwing the ball 50 times. And this is the part that I'm trying to get everybody to understand. I agree. We should absolutely run more. But as we stated, part of that run pass ratio was the quarterback is making those decisions within the game. There is, matter of fact, I thought I saw one time where Miller could have handed it off. You guys remember we were close to the goal line, and Miller, I think he threw the ball, but he actually could have handed it off to Woody at that point. I think there are plays that are designed to where he could fake the handoff, he could throw it, or he could pull it and run. Whether he does it or not, that's a whole nother thing. Did you guys see that?
Yep. Most of the time when you see him fake the handoff and throw the quick slant, that's that run pass option. And he's reading the linebacker. So he has the option to give it to Woody, throw the slant, or pull it himself. But 9 out of 10 times he gonna throw that slant.
So to all praises to y'all. Your question is your statement, keep running the ball. Maybe the run plays are not being all the way equated for, accounted for, because it's not being pulled. You get me? So maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but it does seem like, and I heard Lincoln Riley somebody asked him a question about that, and I know he probably just don't want to come out and say it. Well, like Miller's not running it or pulling it, and I don't even know if Riley even is identifying it. You know what I mean? What you guys think?
Man, yeah, I don't think he's saying nothing at all, man. I don't think I'm being honest, but I don't. There's no way he's saying something, because he's doing it. It's been week after week after week. So there's no way he's saying. I know he got to be in the film like, yo, Moss, you could pull this, like you can pull this, and we can get way more yards, and also make the ends more honest, because they're not honest. They're going straight to the running back. They're not even looking at you. Like you're not even there. You're just handing the ball off every time. But he got to be having them conversations with him. I'm thinking he is. I hope he is.
Right.
But I mean, we'll see this week, man. We'll see what's going on, and I'm confident we gonna get it through.
Yeah. Hey, this can we all agree, Jay? Before you get out of here, can we all agree that this is a must-win game for so many things, so many reasons?
Yes, absolutely.
Where do you think Riley stands? You see the title here. Build? Are we still building, or the reality, the expectations? Is this a situation where it's gotten out of hand if we lose this game?
Hey, we gotta win this game, man.
Christian, what you think?
I'm saying we got to win this game for my sanity. But but as far as like, do Riley have to win this game to keep his job? I do not believe so.
No, I don't think so.
Because of all the dominoes that have failed, like, we're toe up on defense.
Yeah,
like we're obliterated. We're nowhere near that team that we was week one, like, as far as personnel. Right. And so there's other factors that they're going to attribute to it. But I say it's a must win for the fans. We need it. And it's a must win for this team to get over the hump, to get to feeling good about themselves, to pick themselves up off the mat.
Yeah, no doubt. I can't even remember the last time we lost. It's hard to even say it. 3 games in a row.
Yeah, I was listening to another Colin. I was listening to Colin today on this podcast, and he's you can say if he's wrong or right, but he's saying that we're Texas 2 years ago.
I heard him. He had
Did you
Joe
hear that?
Clark. I heard him say Joe Clark. And hey, but yeah, to your point, I kind of think you're right, and I kind of think Colin's right.
Okay.
And I brought these stats up over 3 years. Jimbo Fisher, I'm forget about Jimbo Fisher. Steve Sarkisian, 25-14 right now, and that was at the 3-year period. Lincoln Riley is 22-10. 25-14, Lincoln Riley 22-10 right now at the 3-year period. If Lincoln Riley wins a few more games, he'll be right there at that 25, and maybe hopefully he can keep it at at 22. We got a few more games, so it'd be like what 28 or something like that. If we won, we got like 6 more games, so hopefully it could be 28-10 or 29-10 if we win a bowl game. And Jimbo and Steve Sarkisian 25-14. So I'm just saying he kind of deserves somewhat of grace, just given the fact that look, at the end of the day, coaching is some guys are given more time. God knows Jimbo Fisher was given a lot of times, and Kevin Sumlin had way better record than him, but they gave him all types of love.
And Jay, I think this is the big thing that we all gotta look at. As fans, we want this instant gratification, and that's what I'm trying to stress. Trust the process. We got to give them time to build. But here's the big thing: we lost. We get offensive lineman flip in recruitment. The recruits are trusting the process. What we got to remember is the recruits don't look at the game like we look at it. They're looking at these coaches and what these coaches are telling them, and they're buying in, and they're saying they're not looking at it and saying, "Oh, I don't want to go to USC. USC is losing their bad program." We're still getting them because they're saying, I can be the difference maker that pulls it over the hump. I believe these coaching staff can get me and develop me where I need to go. I see the vision. I see, everybody else that's coming here and what's going on, and I can be that missing piece. So the fans, we get upset. We want to call jobs ahead, but for the recruits, they're not looking at it like that, which is why we have these good classes coming in. We're going to continue to build on, and that's going to do nothing but help the program and build us with. Because one thing we've been lacking is depth, because Hilton left us with nothing, right? So that's why I took this rebuilding. But we're steady getting recruits, and so the recruits are trusting the process, and the recruits see the vision, and the recruits feel that it's in the building process, and the recruits are saying, "Okay, I'm the missing piece." You know what I'm saying? If I add myself to that, we can do great things here, and I think that's what we need to hang our hat on. Of course, we want to win. We wanted a better year than this year, but as far as the Riley talk, I think we just need to be patient. It's only year 3, and we act like it's been this all 3 years. First year we was 11-1. We was one Caleb injury away from being in the playoffs, right? So, I mean, he's had 2. I mean, last season it wasn't a US season that we would like, but let's not act like it's not a season we have been used to in the past decade. That's what we was getting with Helton and everybody else. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, we can call it a bad year last year because we had higher expectations because we had Caleb, but we knew what we had in a terrible defense. So
absolutely. So look, man, Jay, anything else you have for us, man?
That's all I got, man. Just fight on, man. Hey, if you do a halftime for the game, I'll tune in.
Okay, I know. Shoot, man, that game gonna be getting over. So it's crazy, big.
I know.
Yeah. Man, I can't. That's a whole other story. But yeah, I might. Hey, if we, well, I'm not gonna speak that. But I'm probably gonna do a halftime, man. But look, I appreciate you tapping in, man. Any last things you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I'm good, man. Fight on though.
Hey, score prediction.
I'm saying 10-28.
Okay, I can live with that. Yeah. All right, man. Hey, fight on, big dog. Fight on.
All right, I'll see you.
All right. All right, Christian, man. I think we about to wrap this. Dang, an hour and 14 minutes. Been on here for a little minute, man. But definitely appreciate you tapping in, Christian. So what's the score prediction?
Man, our defense normally give up 20 to 21. So I'm gonna say Rutgers 21, and I'm gonna go 31-21.
31-21? Okay. 31. You give yeah. You giving Rutgers 21 points?
Man, we ain't held nobody less than 21 all year.
Yeah, and as I stated, those who just and I told you guys, those who coming on, I'm not gonna name the players, but I know we got 4 defensive players that will be out. 4 defensive players that will be out. Starters. These are starters. So that's not including. We got Eric Gentry already out. We got Anthony Lucas out. We got, of course, Rajon Davis. He's taking the red shirt. Who else do we got out?
Bears gone. Bears gone.
Bears gone. And
Gavin Myers is, I don't know if he's out, but I know he's injured. That's why he didn't play but about 4 or 5 plays.
And you guys should probably hear that tomorrow, but I know 4 guys. I'll just say it out of the secondary.
Covington is injured.
Yep. We got 4 out from the secondary. So I'll just say that. They'll probably announce it tomorrow. I'm not gonna say no names, but yeah, and starters, man, starters. So I'm just hoping, let me just get on this real quick. Rutgers, of course, I studied them out, man, and the quarterback he threw for around 1,300 yards, 8 INTs, 8 TDs, 8 TDs, I think. But he's just not somebody that poses a bigger threat. But the guy that they're gonna lean on is that running back, man. He's a monster, man. He's kind of getting close to 1,000 yards, 870 something, I think. But the dude is a powerful back. He reminds me, it's crazy and ironic because he reminds me of Ray Rice, kind of the structure. He's like 5'9", 100. He's compact, 210, kind of like that, and he's fast and he's compact and he runs over people and he's a heck of a pass blocker. So we cannot allow that guy to get to the second level. And I know we got some guys out. So, I know we got to lean on Braylon Shelby. I think he had the most snaps last week at the edge. But we're going to need these guys, these younger guys, Cam Fountain, all these guys to step up and really move and grow because, look, I'm going to be happy for these younger guys that's getting all this playing time. Desmond Stevens, Zion Branch, other guys that are going to be there in the secondary. They just going to have to wrap up, man. I'm not going to, they can play football just like anybody else.
Yep. And you say Ray Rice, I bring it to somebody in today's game. He remind me of Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. Matter of fact, is it their coach? Somebody said that before. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Kareem Hunt, man. And shout out my man, USC Priority. He says 10 to 28 USC. So, yeah. That guy's a problem, though. He really is if he gets to the second level. And, that's something we want to prevent that from happening, man.
And we have to wrap up because he breaks tackles. So you can't come with your arms. We're gonna have to come and bring him down.
Yeah. He's a powerful running back. And so we absolutely gonna have to move and groove with him, man. So look, man. Yeah, man, Christian. So anything else you want to say before we get out of here? We almost been out here an hour. Look, you guys know I did it. Usually do videos in the morning. I said, look, I couldn't do it. I was able to get off, went to the gym. I said, I'm gonna come here and he said that wasn't I got in 10-28 score. I don't know what you're talking about, man. USC Priority. So I said I'm gonna come here and try to get it this afternoon, evening. So I was able to do this. I got to start picking up these lives again throughout the week. So I think I'm gonna start doing that again. One in midweek, and then of course after the game, man. So that way we can kind of touch base and try to do it that way, man. But you know how it is, man, when you work and stuff, man, you get consumed, man, throughout the week. I'll be lost in all. I got a schedule where I come home and I do a little video and then I go to sleep. And this would be the same routine every day, but I'm gonna start trying to hit these lives, man. So I appreciate you, my brother. Anything else you want to say, man? And I'm out.
Yes, sir. Only thing is, I would like to see us tomorrow is play complementary football. What I mean by that is I want the offense to come out and start fast, right? Jump out 14 points and neutralize their running back. help the
Absolutely.
defense out. Help the defense out. Right, jump out on
Absolutely.
them. And for all year, everybody have made us play their game. It's time for us to start making people play our game.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you, man. What defensive player you want to see shine that you haven't seen? What offensive player you want to see shine that you haven't seen?
I want to see Zachariah Branch shine either at wide receiver or special team. I feel like he's one play away from just getting out of his head and getting back to form. Right. I just want him to have some type of success to get his confidence back that I am that guy. You know what I mean? Defensively, man, I like Davis. I like Stevens.
Man,
Davis.
I did a whole video about him. I said Desmond is that guy. Hey, he is a bad dude, man. Hey, I'm not even gonna say that, but I'm gonna say it. Shoot, the way he was running, he played running back in high school. The way he was running that ball, my God. But I'm not even gonna go there. But I love the way he plays linebacker, though. Man, he's the truth.
Yeah, I believe he's the next great linebacker, man. Well, there's a lot of guys on defense I like. Especially I like Ramsey too, but he ball out every game. But I definitely like to see Steven ball. But really, I want to see Branch. I want to see Branch just have some success, man, and get the confidence back, and because he has all the talent in the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So look, man, I appreciate you for tapping in, man. I'm about to get out of here. We'll just get out of here together. But look, man, until later on, everybody stay blessed. Christian, I appreciate you coming in, man. I'm about to be out of here. I will see everybody later. Until later on, fight on, fight on, fight on.